Have you ever felt like something in your life just isn't right, but you can't quite figure out why? You work hard, yet somehow find yourself repeating the same mistakes, falling into the same destructive habits, and facing the same frustrations. Maybe it's that inner voice that whispers doubt just as you're about to succeed, convincing you to give up. Or as it's the sudden anger that flares up, turning small problems into explosions of emotion you later regret. What you don't realize is that these moments aren't random. They're manifestations of what psychologist Carl Jung called the shadow, the hidden side of your psyche that holds every suppressed emotion, fear, and desire you were taught to hide from the world. From childhood, society has taught you which emotions are acceptable and which aren't. You learn to suppress your anger, your envy, your ambitions, all to fit in, to be liked, to be accepted. Each suppressed feeling didn't disappear. Instead, it sank into the depths of your unconscious mind, building a hidden, powerful force that silently shapes your behavior and decisions. But the problem with ignoring your shadow is simple. What you suppress doesn't vanish. It controls you. Jung famously said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." That means the anger you deny turns into unexpected bursts of rage. The envy you hide becomes resentment towards others who succeed. The ambition you suppress transforms into self-sabotage, making sure you never reach your full potential. Think about the times you overreacted to a seemingly minor situation, or when you felt intense dislike towards someone without clear reason. These aren't accidents. They're signals from your shadow, revealing the things you fear most in yourself. Your shadow operates quietly, unnoticed. It doesn't confront you directly. Instead, it influences you subtly through what Jung called projection. Projection occurs when you see in others what you refuse to acknowledge in yourself. For instance, when you criticize someone's success as arrogant, it may actually reveal your own suppressed desire to be recognized. When someone's confidence irritates you deeply, it might be because you've been taught to repress your own voice. But your shadow doesn't only affect your reactions to others, it also undermines your success through self-sabotage. You procrastinate right before achieving something important. You make excuses and create obstacles because deep down, your shadow holds the belief that you don't deserve success or happiness. You convince yourself you're just unlucky or incapable of change, but in reality, you're being quietly manipulated by this buried part of your mind. Without realizing it, you've accepted your shadow's limits as your own, creating cycles of frustration and repeated failures. Your shadow also reveals itself in your relationships. Ever wondered why you attract similar types of toxic friendships or romantic partners who consistently hurt or reject you? You unconsciously seek people who reflect your hidden fears and unresolved wounds. If you fear rejection, you'll unknowingly gravitate toward people who reject you, reinforcing the beliefs locked in your shadow. Recognizing your shadow isn't easy, because confronting it means facing everything you've spent your life hiding from yourself. Yet this confrontation is your only path to freedom. Jung called this process making the unconscious conscious. It's uncomfortable, sometimes painful, but also deeply liberating. It gives you the power to reclaim control from your hidden self. If you find this helpful, and this is resonating with you, don't forget to click the subscribe button so you won't miss new videos, coming every other day. Your support truly means a lot. Thank you. But before you can confront your shadow, you first need to identify its presence clearly. How can you know if your shadow is running your life without your knowledge? There are unmistakable signs, patterns that repeat again and again, sabotaging your happiness and growth. The good news is, once you see them, you can't unsee them. In the next segment, we'll explore the concrete signs that indicate your shadow is secretly controlling you. We'll uncover exactly how to spot these patterns of self-sabotage, projection, and unconscious attraction to toxic situations. Once you recognize these signs, your path to freedom begins. If this message resonates with you, consider subscribing. This journey won't be easy, but it's essential if you truly wish to stop repeating painful cycles and finally take control of your life. Are you ready to face your shadow and reclaim your power? Then let's dive deeper into the signs your shadow is running your life without you even knowing. Perhaps you grew up believing mistakes were unacceptable, and that being authentic risked rejection. You've spent your life defensively, always trying to please others to avoid criticism. Yet this fear isn't coming from your present. It's a ghost from your past, a shadow holding your buried desires, fears, and unexpressed emotions. Another clear sign that your shadow controls your life is a persistent feeling of emptiness. Have you ever felt something crucial was missing? Even when your life seemed fine from the outside, that emptiness exists because you've silenced your deepest ambitions, authentic desires, and true self for acceptance. Over time, suppressing these vital parts leaves you disconnected and unfulfilled. But recognizing your shadow is the first step toward regaining control. The real danger isn't having a shadow, it's remaining unaware of it. So what happens if you continue ignoring your shadow? The consequences are severe. Ignored shadows grow stronger and eventually explode uncontrollably. Your hidden anger can burst into destructive rage, ruining relationships and opportunities. Repressed desires might surface through harmful behaviors, addictions, compulsions, or self-destructive actions. Buried trauma may manifest as anxiety, panic attacks, or physical symptoms that medicine can't explain. Your shadow shapes your reality. If you don't acknowledge fears of abandonment, you'll cling desperately to toxic relationships. Denying your ambitions can lead to professional self-sabotage, leaving you feeling stuck and unfulfilled. Worst of all, when you suppress your shadow too long, it can completely dominate your personality. You've probably met people consumed by resentment, always blaming others, trapped in endless negativity. They weren't born this way. They became prisoners of their shadow, never confronting what lay hidden beneath. Ignoring your shadow eventually leads to a loss of identity, a sense of feeling like a stranger in your own skin. When you push away your shadow, you also reject critical parts of yourself. Over time, this self-denial creates an unending emptiness that no external achievement or recognition can fill. But there's good news. You don't have to stay trapped. Jung taught us that integrating your shadow transforms it from hidden enemy into powerful ally. Integration doesn't mean destroying your shadow, that's impossible. It means acknowledging it, understanding it, and channeling its energy positively. The first step is self-awareness. Notice your emotional reactions. When someone irritates you, ask yourself honestly, what does this say about me? If someone's confidence angers you, is it because you've suppressed your own voice? When you envy someone's success, is it because your own ambition is buried beneath layers of denial? Second, allow yourself to feel what you've hidden. If you spent your life denying anger or fear, acknowledge them. Sit with those emotions without judging yourself. Accepting these feelings doesn't mean acting impulsively. It means facing them honestly, breaking their unconscious control over you. A powerful tool in this journey is reflective writing. Take a notebook and write freely about your hidden fears, judgments, and desires. Ask yourself, what parts of me do I reject? What behaviors in others trigger intense reactions? Naming these things brings clarity. Once your shadow is conscious, it loses its destructive power. Visualization can also help. Jung suggested talking to your shadow as if it were a separate person. Close your eyes and imagine facing your hidden self. Ask what it wants to say. Often your shadow is not a monster. It's just a forgotten part of you longing to be heard. This journey requires courage and honesty. The goal isn't to destroy your shadow, but to reclaim your hidden strengths. Anger, when understood, becomes assertiveness. Fear transforms into wisdom. Hidden desires become creative fuel. Your darkness, once integrated, turns into a powerful source of growth. But why do so few people take this path? Because facing your shadow means abandoning comfortable illusions. It demands responsibility, acknowledging that much of your life's pain comes from within, not from external circumstances. Most people avoid this truth. They blame society, fate, or others for their unhappiness, remaining stuck in cycles of self-sabotage. But you're different. You've made it this far, which means you're ready for deeper transformation. So what now? Will you return to denial or embrace the discomfort needed for real growth? Tell me in the comments, what part of your shadow have you recognized? Which patterns in your life suddenly make sense? Your journey doesn't end here. The next video will dive even deeper, offering insights crucial for your evolution. Don't stop now. This understanding might be exactly what you've been searching for. Keep watching and finally break free from your unconscious chains. And with that being said, I will see you in the next one.